So, what is it that which cannot be cut by any weapon? You know the answer. Cannot be burned by fire, cannot be moistened by water, cannot be touched by wind, unbreakable, insoluble, no beginning, no ending, invisible, immutable, and inconceivable. What is it? Anyone? Okay. They told the same thing true. Yes, correct. It's a spiritual soul. That is question number 3 and 4. Okay. If we are not the body, who are we? Okay. Easy to understand, but I'm going to add more things, more interesting things for you. Then the 4 is what is death and what happens when one dies. Okay, this is something, it may look ordinary, right? We have seen, but I'm going to tell you more detail. First of all, take the question number 3. So this question number 3 says, if we are not the body, who are we? Right? So this is because we are not the body. You all know, we all heard that we are not the body. But who are we? Who are we? What exactly the things is inside, which we cannot see? Okay, so in the picture on the left, I am putting a small circle. Okay, watch that clearly. And the outer circle, you see grass body. The blue, grass body. The grass body is what we see. It is made of what? Ether, air, fire, water, earth. Or earth, water, fire, air, and earth. That we know. But inside, there are 2 more things we have. 2 more body. It is like, remember the thing that I'm putting some doll? This doll is very special doll. One will go inside the other. And then that thing again will go into the other one, and finally one. That's what we see. So if we see on the right side, we are the grass body. Grass means what we see outside, grass body. And inside there is a subtle body which we cannot see. It's called ghost body. And then inside is soul. See that? We are actually the soul. You all know. That's what the question I put, and then you said, that is what we are. Okay? It is it cannot be really, made wet. It cannot be to be destroyed, and so many things we did. And that is soul. But the soul is inside subtle body. And you take the whole thing and put it in the grass body. That's what we are seeing. You understand? Easy to understand now? So in India, this doll is called Tanjavur doll, something. So one goes inside another. Okay? So the soul gets into, it will go in the subtle body, and the whole thing again, subtle body, inside this soul will go into the grass body. That's what we see. We don't see inside. Remember this particular, this creature, this is a shell, right? Shell we use, right? The seashell, actually there is something living inside. See, outside we see the shell, but inside there is something is living. Similarly, we have 3 layers. Okay, you may see different colors, but actually 3 layers, right? 3 things. Right in the center is the soul. Then cover that is subtle body. See, at the bottom I have put that subtle body. That subtle body means ego, mind, and intelligence. All those 3, they're all subtle body, and inside the subtle body is soul, jiva. Okay. And also you see on the right side, there are some names for that too. Okay, see there are 3 arrows there. One is, it is really saying, what they're saying, Sthula Sarira. Sthula Sarira means gross body. It has another name called Annamaya Kosha. I am going to talk about little more. See, look at here. See, if we are not the body, then what is inside we are seeing today. Then inside is Sukshma Sarira. Sarira means body. Sukshma Sarira means Shukshma actually in Sanskrit means we cannot see. It is something that we cannot see with our ordinary eyes. So Shukshma Sarira means that is a subtle body. Then the third, which is all the deep inside, is actually called Karana Sarira. But what that actually is, that is the soul actually. Okay, so there are some names, but in the next slide I will explain it clearly. Okay, now you see this. How many layers are there over the soul? Soul is at the very center. Remember spirit. Spirit soul is at the very center. I put as a soul. But then that's a blue. That is the orange color. But then over that is there is a blue, then a yellow, then a red, then a violet, and again a blue. Right? Like that I have dark blue. Okay, something like that. So now let us go one by one. Our soul is all the way deep inside. It is spiritual. It is not material, so we cannot see. See, look at here. We cannot see ourselves. We cannot see our own soul. This is very pathetic. But when we get liberated, that means when we do all the sadhanas and chanting and this everything, and when we, all right, so soul. Then above that is, what is that again? Ananda Maya Kosha. Kosha means layer. Kosha means layer. 5 koshas I mentioned. So just over our soul, spiritual soul, is one which is actually false ego. False ego means ahangar. It's also is called Karanamaya Kosha. Kosha means layer. Okay, so the false ego layer is there immediately over our soul, spiritual soul. And then above that is intelligence. What kind of intelligence is that? That intelligence about our world only. This is not spiritual intelligence. Okay, so that is called, okay, that intelligence called Vijnana Maya. Vijnana Maya Kosha. Maya means made of. Okay, made of Maya. Vijnana Maya Kosha. That particular Kosha, the layer is made of Vijnana. Vijnana means what? That is the Vijnana actually in this material intelligence. We study books, we study geography, we study chemistry, biology, physics, this everything, all the physics and mathematics, whatever we study, they are only about this world only. We don't really study anything about the spiritual world. That they are not teaching. So this intelligence is only about the material intelligence. That's it. Then above that is Manomaya Kosha. Mano means mind. Okay, mind. Manomaya Kosha means that particular layer is made of mind. Where is the mind? Scientists are really struggling to find out where is the mind. They are telling that the mind may be in the brain. But actually it is not true. You know why? Because the plants also have minds. They have minds. Remember, if you really play some good music, then the plant will really grow towards you. And because the scientists have really proven that it is listening to the music and everything. So it has its own mind. And when it's really growing up, it will really see where exactly to really catch hold of a support to really grow. Yeah, suppose it's a vine, it needs some support. It knows that. Where is that? And it will try to touch. And when it catches, then it grows on it. The lot of intelligence are there. And the mind is actually working with this intelligence. The mind is not in the brain. It is part of the subtle body. Remember, today I am talking about more things now. Look at more detailed things. So that is the mind. When you say, yes, oh, this is my mind. Okay, I'm just thinking about all the thinking, everything is happening in the mind. But mind is not it is not the brain. Brain is only reflecting what we are trying to do. But mind is inside our gross body, which is part of the subtle body. Subtle body. Shushma Sarira, I told you. Shushma means something which we cannot see. Then above that is called astral body. Pranamaya Kosha. Pranamaya Kosha means, the prana means actually soul. It is related to the soul. What that means is, that is it. That is the last layer above the soul. So the soul is there, and over that is false ego, which is Anandamaya Kosha. Then above that is intelligence, Vijnanamaya Kosha. Then above that is Manomaya Kosha, which is mind. And then another layer is the astral body. It is the subtle body actually is really starting from there. Subtle body is actually all those, but it is subtle body starts from astral body. Why astral body? I am going to tell you something which is bizarre. You will be really surprised to hear all those details. But anyway, now above this astral body is a physical body, which we are seeing only that. So we are seeing only 1 out of 5. Actually 1 out of 6, in fact. Isn't it? Soul is 1, then 5 layers, and we are seeing only the layer. So we are not seeing everything about us. Isn't it? So now we are seeing only the physical body. But again, we see the child wearing so many clothes one after another, because now the winter is starting here. So like that, we have layers of clothes. Like that, we have layers called koshas, which is not possible. Okay, now let us see the physical body. The physical body is called Annamaya. Annamaya. Anna means food. Anna actually means rice. In literally, one meaning is rice, because we eat a lot of rice mainly. Right? Anna means food. It's made of food, isn't it? Everything made of food. You eat and your gross body grows, right? So that is made of earth, water, fire, air, and space. Okay. Now something watch closely. Take for example the ether. Ether means space. This is the space. The space is also, every element is related to our something in our gross body. The ether element, which is the Akash, or called space, has Sabda. Sabda means this vibration. Every vibration is actually part of the ether element. Okay? And for us, in our body, it is the ear. So we are hearing from the ear. Then the air comes. But air has 2 qualities. Sabda means, yes, through the air, the sound will also go. But it has one more quality called sparsha. Sparsha means touch, skin. It is related to the skin for us. It is touch. So we are actually feeling the touch. This is related to air. Air element is the one which is in charge of for us feeling touch. So, okay, so that is the skin. Skin component actually was coming from the air element, in fact. Then the third is the fire. Fire means automatically light is also coming. So this has, the previous one had what? Sabda and sparsa. Sparsa means touch. And this one has sabda, sparsa, and rupa. Rupa means form. Air doesn't have a form. And the sky doesn't, the sky does not have a form as we confine it to. But fire has a form. When it burns, it has a nice form like that. You see on the right side. It has a form, rupa. It's called rupa. But sabda, yes, through the fire also the sound will go through. And also the fire will also we can touch it. So sabda, sparsa and rupa is additional special quality for about the fire and light. What is the element that we have on our body? For this element is our eyes. Eyes and also the warmth, the heat. Because the blood, everything goes, right? Circulates, and then we get the heat. Because if you don't have the heat, going in, then the body will die. Now the fourth one is the water. So water has extra things called rasa. Rasa means taste. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that, the real taste is there in water only. We may be putting sugar and these and everything, but the real good taste is water only. Water is taste. So it has sabda. So because the sound can go through water, and also it can touch, right? We can touch that. And also it has a form. You really put it in a cup, it takes a form. And you really put it in a lake, it takes another form. Depending on what container is, it takes a form. So it has a rupa. Rupa means form. Then the four is rasa. Rasa means taste. What is the element for us? It is a tongue. Tongue is the one we use for the taste. So that is the contrary to the water element. Then the fifth is earth. Earth has sabda. Yes, earth also transmits the sound. Sparsa, yes, it has a touch. And it has a form, isn't it? Different things. Like a plant has a form, and the mountain has a form, river has a form, everything. They're all, the earth also in a round shape, rotating, going on the sky. Right? The rasa, it has taste also because it has water element already in the earth. And the fifth element, which is uniquely added by earth, is Gandha. Gandha means smell. That smell is our grass body, it is the nose. Okay, got that now? Okay, that was the grass body, Annamaya Kosha. Second one is Pranamaya Kosha. Pranamaya means what? This is astral body. You know what this one is? It is possible for us to really take our subtle body, push it out by exercises, by practices, to push the body outside. Outside in the sense it will actually come out of that. See the picture now? And it can really go to different places, different planets, different worlds, different dimensions it can go. That is what I showed you there as astral body. And astral travel is a very big thing. In fact, there is a book written by Lobsang Rampa from Tibet. In Tibet, the monks do this astral travel. So what they do is they really they really go to a room, lock the room, and then by the practice, they will push their astral body, subtle body, which has what? It has false ego, intelligence, and mind, and also the soul. Soul is also there completely, but they all will be floating around. Nobody can see. Astral body, nobody can see. It's a subtle body. They can go to different planetary systems, different dimensions. They can go and then meet people, everything, and then come back. But see, there is a connection. There is a white line which is connecting. Actually, the connection, the way they draw is not correct. The connection is going to go to the navel. The navel, remember the navel. That is why Vishnu, from the navel only Lord Brahma is actually there. Right? Remember the navel is connected to the navel, to the umbilical. It's like a umbilical. And that will be like an elastic rubber band. It will be infinitely, it can really expand and expand. It has no restriction. But it's like, it can really, like elastically, it can expand and expand. You can go like billions of miles away. Still it will be connected. And at the time of death, which we are going to talk about as a second question, that will be cut off. Once it is cut off, it cannot enter into the body again. Okay, so that is the difference. So when one is doing astral travel, by projecting their astral body completely out, and they are taking along with the intelligence, everything there goes there, they can really see everything completely now. So many dimensions, different planetary systems. You can meet people, everything you can do. But then at the end, you just come back. Then you meditate back, do the practice, and come back. Just like in second, within a millisecond, you will be back into your body. There is no time there. There is no time concept there. Because spiritual dimension is, there is no kala, there is no time. So this astral travel is very funny. And you see, look at the picture again. There is one person who is somewhere there, his body is somewhere in that earth, in a room or somewhere. And he pushed the subtle body, and look at, see the umbilical cord kind of thing. It's connected to the grass body there, which is probably just sleeping. There's nothing, no life there. It's just there. Okay? But breathing, everything is going on. That is fine. But actually the subtle body is out. Okay? So that is what it is, looking at everything. You can look into this earth and moon. You can go to any planet you want. We are trying to build big rockets to do the same thing. But if one can really practice this astral travel, they can see everything completely. And not only that, they will be able to meet angels, and different dimensions are there. Remember, in our own Brahmanda, there are 14 planetary systems. 14 planetary systems are there. 14 levels of planetary system. You can go through each one of them. The Tapaloka, Janaloka, Makarloka, this Loka, Brahma Loka. All the lokas you can go, provided you are eligible to go. Okay, because not everybody is eligible to really go to every loka. Depending on your qualification, you can actually go to different lokas, different planets and everything. Because I have been studying this about for many years, especially by Lobsang Ramba, who was actually a Tibet monk, who voluntarily left the body and entered into a body somewhere in one particular instant. It was in UK, London somewhere. He really got connected. Leaving that soul out, he replaced that body, and he really wrote so many things. Astral, so many things are very funny things. Anyway, in the astral travel, what are the unique things? When you come out, you can see your own body from outside. You can travel to other planes of material worlds, not spiritual worlds, by the way, only material worlds. And you can fly like a bird, but no speed limit. And you will be beyond time and distance. You will be encountering with angels and other living beings. They are all living there. And now look at here. You can walk through the walls. Why? It's a subtle body. Remember, now with our physical body, we cannot walk through the wall. But as soon as you project your subtle body out, your subtle body there is no boundary at all. You can walk through walls, and you can go any building anywhere without no door necessary. Straight away you can enter. Okay? And you can also meet your dead ancestors. Your grandpa, grandma, or somewhere, so people who have, dead, you can meet them also. And time travel. You can go back to future. Remember the science movie and all. It's possible. You can go back to the future, or to the back, and then see all those things also. Very scary things though. Okay, but don't try this at home. There are a lot of books and there are a lot of gurus who really teach you, but This is not something for us. It is something for us to only know, that's all. Third one is Manomaya Kosha. Manomaya Kosha, as I mentioned, it is the material mind. Why it is material mind? Because we can understand only material things when you are born in this material world. Okay, we have so many things we are trying to do. Remember, using our mind. But where is the mind? The scientists are thinking that it is the brain, but it is not like this. It's throughout. It is in the subtle body. It's only something they just painted just to explain. But mano is mind. That is all the material which is part of the subtle body, which will go through the astral. When you are doing astral travel, it will go. Vijnanamaya means basically this is using intelligence. What intelligence? Not spiritual intelligence. It is material intelligence. Vijnana actually means knowledge. But here Vijnana Maya Kosha is only material intelligence, because the subtle body is still material only. That's why I told you, astral travel when you do, you cannot really go to spiritual dimension. You can go only to the material dimension. There are 14 levels in our Brahmanda, and different Brahmandas, there are different levels are there. Okay. Now the fifth one is Anandamaya Kosha. Why it is Anandamaya Kosha? Why it is Anandamaya? I mean, we are thinking that we are enjoying here. That's a false. So false ego. We are thinking that we are all boss. We are all masters in this world. I want to do like this. I want to create this. I want that. All kinds of things we are trying to do, and then trying to be enjoying, trying to be happy, Anand. But this is where you feel. But this Anand is not true. This is false. Why? Because this material world is full of miseries. So you cannot enjoy this world. Understand now? So, who are we now? Just to look at you, just to think about you, so many things are inside. Now only outside, we are saying, all right, I have hands, I have these, all right, I have to take a bath, I have to take this, and then put tilak and put this thing, everything. But what we are seeing only outside. But inside, like as I said, so many things are inside. This is the fifth covering is this false egos there. Now, what is really liberation means? How will we throw all these things out? These are all these layers we don't want. But we fell down into this material world, and that is why we are stuck with. But when we do devotional activities, doing all the chanting and all the pujas and all the devotional activities, when we do Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Andanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nevedanam, all those bhakti things when we do, when we leave, these will not come with you. So what is liberation? What is moksha means? This is what it is. What happens? You throw everything out. Everything will go. The only truth is your Atma. Your soul is the only truth. Everything else is all added up because of Maya. When we came to this world to be born, Maya Devi supplied everything you put. Like, for example, you are actually giving a bath to a baby. As soon as you give a baby, with bath to the baby, you are spraying some powder on the top. Then you are putting some inner garment, inner garment. Then you put one more garment, and then you put a coat. Like that, this Maya Devi has supplied all these things. What are those? Anandamaya Gosha, Vijnanamaya Gosha, Manomaya Gosha, Pranamaya Gosha, Annamaya Gosha, everything she supplied, and we can see only our Annamaya Gosha, which is our physical body. And now, along with the soul, there is one more person sitting, that is the Paramatma. Okay, I will tell you as we go about this process of death and birth. Okay, but then, so liberation means what? Throw out all these layers, and only the Atma alone in pure form goes back to Krishna as the eternal servant. Jivera Swarupagaya, Krishnara Nitya Dasa. Meanwhile, we are fighting here because of the layers. We are saying, I am a man, woman, I am a Hindu, I am a Christian, I am a Muslim, I am an American, I am an Indian, I am a Brahmin, I am a low caste, I am a CEO, I am a doctor. All these are nonsense, nothing. Jiva has nothing to do with any of these. So that is what Atma Jnana means. Atma Jnana means one who knows the characteristics of the Atma. Atma by nature is pure. But because it wanted to enjoy this material world, Maya Devi caught, and then he put all these banians and another cloth and another cloth like this. He put all the koshas. 5 koshas, the layers she put, and we are now inside this like jailed. Actually, whenever one leaves a body, when the soul comes out, it's not the soul alone, the whole subtle body comes out. Because when one dies, it's only the physical body, only one layer, Annamaya Kosha, is thrown out. So the umbilical cords type of thing I showed you, then the astral travel, that is called silver cord. The silver cord is severed, that is cut, big gone. So then it goes out. What is going out is only what? The subtle body inside, which is the Atma, that is what is coming out, and it will now see its own body. So who am I? I am a soul, spiritual soul. But I am not feeling it. I am not seeing. Of course, high class devotee will always feel only Atma, only the soul. That is different. But not everybody will be able to see that I am Atma. Because we are identifying ourselves with the material body, our designations, what is our degree, what exactly we are, where we are born, what is our color, what is our, blah, 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 like that. So this is the problem. So, now this is the question that I was asking. This soul cannot be cut by any weapon, cannot be burned by fire, cannot be moistened by water, cannot be touched by wind, unbreakable, insoluble, no beginning, no ending, invisible, immutable, and inconceivable. We cannot even understand unless one becomes a high-class devotee. And then, yes, they do not have any feeling of their body at all. They feel only as a pure soul, spiritual soul, being just serving the Radha Krishna, that's all. This is the truth. Everything else is all Maya. All the koshas are Mayas only. All right. So now the question number 4 is, what is death? And what happens at death? Actually, death is nothing but leaving one's gross body. Correct? This is exactly what I showed before. So now our physical body is finished. It is because it became so bad and old. So it has to die. So, but now, what is coming out? It's a ghost is coming out. So you become a ghost first. So in the picture that I showed, the outer layer called the gross body is the only one that has gone out. And now ego, mind, intelligence, soul, that together is also called astral body or subtle body, is like a ghost. So when we die, what happens is earth, water, fire, air and ether, all these 5 elements which we got are now released back. We are returning it back. And we now become a ghost. Because the ghost is not pure enough, pure yet. Ghost has other body, ego, mind and intelligence. So I told you, the liberation means you have to get rid of all the ego, mind and intelligence also. Only the soul alone become, by discarding all the other layers, then it is, it is liberated. But now what happens to this ghost? As soon as one dies, that silver cord connecting the subtle body with the gross body in the navel is cut. It's gone. Now you cannot enter. Okay. So if it is not cut, suppose sometimes in the hospital, some people really just temporarily come out because of the heart attack, and then they come, but they are not dead yet. So they will be able to see their body. But then the doctor is doing something or other. So to, give some all kinds of shock and everything, so to revive back. But the that cord, silver cord is not cut. If it is not cut, the ghost can come back again. You understand? So, but once the silver cord is cut, severed, then it has no way of getting back into the gross body. Understand now? So what is a ghost? Actually, there are so many people who could really see a ghost. Look at it, right there in the middle of the night. Somebody actually could really photograph. That was not a person, that's a ghost. And sometimes you can really see a ghost will be like this. So what is the ghost is made of? Subtle body, and inside is the soul. Okay. And even in different places where that body, the gross body, is buried, that soul or the subtle body, like a ghost form, will be lingering around, going around and things like that. So this is a known. There are many people, they have the subtle vision. If they are really elevated, they can really see a ghost. Okay, there are a lot of people who can really see the ghost, but everybody can see that. But it is very subtle. It's like a smoky kind of this thing. And in fact, as a matter of fact, there was one a friend who really left the body. When they really went to the beach. Then he got sick and then he died. But then after that, he got so attached to the grandchildren. All these two grandchildren, they were able to perceive that, oh, grandpa is coming, he's touching me or something. Oh, he's here, he's there. You can feel it. It is a extra kind of feeling that, that we can really feel it when a ghost is nearby. So the ghost is not visible fully as we see our bodies, material bodies, but they can see us. But they will try to communicate, but we cannot hear. So then eventually they get frustrated, and then, then after that, oh, I am talking, but they are not hearing, they are not listening, and then they will go away. All right. That ghost, inside which there is a soul, is going to take another physical body. So the soul, or that along with the subtle body, may be born again. How many species are there? 8.4 million kinds of species. It can take birth. This is scary. This 8.4 million or 84 lakhs kinds of species that scientists are now finding out. Yes, more and more and more and more. Even from the ocean, they are trying to find. They are only finding, because they are saying, we have seen probably only 5% of what is there in the ocean. They cannot understand what more is there. So, this is what it is saying in the Padma Purana. It's talking about these 8.4 million kinds of species. A ghost can get in and take that physical body and live with that. So the ghost is same. So the ghost, that is mind, intelligent and false ego is same. That is same. But physical body is different. So how many? 8.4 million. How is that? Jalaja Navalakshani Stavara Lakshavimchati Krumayorutra Sangyakaham Pakshinam Dasalakshanam Trimsalakshani Pasavaha Chadurlakshani Manushaha. There are 900,000 kinds of aquatics, 2 million kinds of trees and plants, and 1.1 million kinds of insects and reptiles, 1 million kinds of birds, 3 million kinds of four-legged beasts, and 400,000 kinds of human species. Not all those species are here. Even take the human species. Not everyone is going to be living here. It is restrained to the Brahmanda. There are so many other universes are there. So jivas, by taking any of these 8.4 kinds of species, they are wandering over the material universe. So the death is nothing but just a one small event. Just the jiva, that ghost body, is discarding this gross body and going to move on. Understand? It is like changing the cloth. You change a cloth. That's what Bhagavad Gita clearly says that. Vasansi jirnani yata vihaya navani grignati naroparani tada sharirani vihaya jirnaya nanyanyani sanyati navani dehi. So like a person is really throwing out the worn out cloth, worn out garment, and wears another one. This ghostly body is wearing this, throwing this particular, or jiva, we'll say jiva, but surrounded by this subtle body, right? And that's what death is. So it is not something to really worry about that much, because we have been changing bodies left and right and left and right, one after another, many millions of times. And this birth is only one of them. But only thing is, we all somehow coming under our Gurudev, so that we do not want to be born again, but finishing all, shredding everything, even the ghostly subtle body, everything out. And we as a spiritual soul, we go alone. Even Paramatma is not going to come. When the soul becomes pure, Paramatma is not going to be along with. Why Paramatma is coming? To help you to live in this world. Who is going to take care of your digestion? Who is going to take care of your heart, breathing, and also the heart pumping? Remember, it has to pump, boom, 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 like that. Who is going to take care of that? Are you pumping you by yourself? Are you breathing yourself when by yourself in the night? In night, who is taking care of you so that you don't die? You have to live until the time comes. Then also the Paramatma shows, live through this way, go like a tunnel. Okay, that's the death, process of death. Okay, let's move on. Actually, the greatest fear is not the death, but greatest fear is what is the next birth. Have we prepared for that? See, we have 8.4 million species waiting. This body, that body, waiting to be chosen. Can we choose? No. How many of you plan to be born in North Carolina? Or how many of you actually plan to be born in Nigeria? You did. Right? Because we never do anything. We cannot control all this. Isn't it? But we are there. We are in Nigeria suffering. Not only government problem, everything is a problem there. But again, some of us could really born in USA. In this birth, next birth, who knows? It may be somewhere in Middle East or somewhere in Nigeria or Africa. Who knows? So our body in the next birth will be forced on you. We do not have freedom to choose. It is not like Amazon.com, you go there and then pick your thing to buy and then order. It is not the Walmart or somewhere you go and then pick what we want. No. You are going to be forced to take a body. This is the scariest thing. It is not a choice but a forced thing. A contamination depending on what you did. Not only in this birth, in the previous births also. In this birth, you may be lucky to really enjoy some of the thing, but the next life, you may be suffering because of something bad we did. But we are all taking different kinds of bodies, and we are all trying to enjoy. Everybody thinking they are enjoying. But do they really enjoy? No. You cannot. How are we getting this body, by the way? So today the question, simple question was, what is the death, right? And also what is the birth then? That is also there. What is the process of birth? We, as a pure soul, all part and parcel of Krishna, but some souls, not all of them, only few of, they really wanted to enjoy the material world instead of going to the spiritual world. This is where the problem started because of our independence that time. Little independence we wrongly used. So we try to then, because of that particular wish to enjoy the material Jada Loka, the material world, we started drifting down. And Maya Devi is specially tasked to take care of these falling jivas. So the soul, suppose it is yet to be born, taking a gross body, very first thing, it develops the false ego. Remember the layer I really mentioned to you. Very first thing that puts that is, remember, over the soul, first layer is false ego. And then Paramatma is going to join you. Why? Because he is merciful. Because Krishna is merciful. Oh my God, this guy is really taking a wrong path. Wrong place he is going. Let me help him until he finally thinks that he had to get back to me only. So I have to help him until that. So Paramatma is joining. And then that body, first thing that comes to the hearing. Remember, we all hear that Prahlad Maharaj, when he was in the womb, Narada Muni was teaching entire Srimad Bhagavatam and all the scriptures. How did he hear? Because hearing is the first thing that manifests, and it is the last one to go away when we die. I will talk about that also. So that hearing manifests means ether element is now we are grabbing ether element. Then the lungs and heart, they get developed. Develop in the sense, not the material sense. It is by the functioning. So air element is now we are taking care of the air element, and the lungs and heart, they are all getting developed for that. Then the fire, warmth and eyesight, eye formation, everything, they are all actually forming for using this fire element. And then the water element is basically the taste. Taste manifests, and then the earth element, the smell manifests. So this is how, and finally, after 9 months, so the baby comes out crying, wah, 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 quack, quack, right? Why the baby cries is, why the baby cries? That time it recognizes that, of course, there's a change of environment, but the thing is, it is crying because now it is under the control of Maya. And when it was inside the womb, there was a little protection. Paramatma used to give darshan, and the soul used to pray like this. If you see the womb, it will be always, the hands will be closer like this. If you see that, the hands won't be like here or something like that. No, not like that. It will be always like this. You know why? That is said to be, in Srimad Bhagavatam it is said, it is always praying the Lord, who is actually showing that, who is Paramatma. All right? So now that soul used to pray, I wasted all my life, so many lives I have wasted by not serving you. Oh Lord, this life, I will surely, I will give my entire life for you only, for you only, bhakti only. I am going to worship you. I am promising, he is promising, and he comes out, he forgets that, and got into the Maya, and cries. This is the process happening. It's the birth process. Then what is the process at death? Ulta, opposite will happen. How? First, the smell will go away. You will see that. A dying person, the very first thing that happens is he cannot, sense the smell. Very first thing, loses the smell. Second, the water element will go. How about that? Taste will go. You give anything to drink, no taste. Water element will go. Right? Remember? In the previous slide, I was talking the other way. Then fire element will go. The heat, the heat body will become a little more, now colder and colder. Sight will be out. Sight will be basically fading, and it's going to go out. They cannot even recognize anybody. And the fourth one is the air element will go. The breathing stops. This is a place, this is a time when the doctors will say the patient is now, the person is now dead. But it is not true. It is not true. That is only what death is. That is the external death, you can say that. But there is not dead yet. The last element has to go, ether element. That is the reason, even though somebody is actually just, declared as dead, still the ether element is there. The hearing is not stopping yet. Hearing is going to continue for a while. That is the reason that we have to chant the Mahamantra or all the chanting the prayers that soul can hear. But soul is in, of course, pain and, it is the thing. But this is the order that is really going completely. It is not going to come back again, of course. And hearing is the last one to go. So you chant. You chant for the soul. And now, ready? Now Paramatma lights a nervous. See, remember we have 9 kinds of the dwaras. Dwara means exits. See, nose, eyes, mouth. Like that, there are 9 dwaras. Dwaras means exit. How to where to leave? The what exactly it has to leave? Paramatma lights. There will be light like a torch. Yes, you live through this hole. Maybe it may be nose. Nose. Because you can see the people who are really leaving the space. And also one of the thing is skull. Yogis now is actually leave the soul, to leave the body. The soul will live through the skull. That's why there is a kudu. That's we have the chika. Chika we put that. That's the place. Now. And similarly, we have other dwaras also. Many used to be going out from the mouth also. So the mouth will be like that. You can see that means you can clearly say the soul actually exited through the mouth. Or through the nose, because the nose will be just wide open. So it's gone. Okay. So through the hole which the Paramatma is lighting, it goes up. And now the soul comes out. This is the time that I told you the silver cord. Remember the one which is really attaching. The subtle body is attached to the gross body. Only the gross body is dying, not the subtle body. Remember the astral body or the subtle body is not dying. So then that silver cord is cut off. Now comes out. And now it floats right in the space. And the soul can now see its own physical body. It gets scared. This is my body. Oh, and it will try to enter again and again. But once the silver cord is cut off, that astral body has no way of getting back. Dead is dead. But the soul will be hanging there for days and days, probably about 10 or 14 days or something. They will be hanging around here and there. It's not immediately going to go anywhere. Anyway, when a person dies, as we mentioned, in the birth, we acquired all the 5 elements. And now for the physical body I am talking about. And when we die, we are releasing back to this earth only, where it came from. Not only earth, all the 5 elements are gone. And how we do? Suppose you really take a body like this, dies a body, then worms will take over, and it goes up again, and becomes finally completely, it gets gone in the mud, in the earth. So your body is now finished. And if it is burned, it becomes ash. If it is buried, these worms will really attack and then kill, and all the tissues, everything will, like I mentioned, this is actually from the scientific photograph how it degenerates. But when you also leave the subtle body, as I mentioned, false ego, mind and intelligence, you simply come out of Brahmanda. But otherwise, you will take another birth again somewhere else. So coming to Brahman, Brahmanda means you are all the subtle body is finished. But that is not easy. 99% of the cases, this ghost will assume another body. Another body will be waiting. It could be somewhere like a chicken or something. Or baby, the egg, or or it may be some pigs, some here are lion, tiger, this, so many cats and dogs and anything that will be waiting. So this astral body will just get into that. Silver card is now, there will be silver card that is waiting, that gets attached to this ghostly form. There you go. You will get, whatever, depending on the body you took, you will be tall. If you took a dog body, you will say wow, 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 wow. If you took a cat body, meow, 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 meow. This is what you will be doing. But the ghost is same. Only you changed one body to another body. You threw one dress out and another dress. So this is the scariest part, which is going to be your next body. And what we are teaching is, we should put an end to this birth. This should be your last birth. But can you do it? It is with you. If you want, you can do it. But if you are not serious, you cannot do it. It will be forced on you, as I told you, depending on your karma. There must be some way of finishing all the karmas. Finishing all the karmas only take you to Brahman only. Again, there is unconscious kind of. Jiva is there, but it's not conscious. That's the only difference. So, now suppose a relative dies. Suppose somebody dies. What will happen is, lot of people, they cry and some get irritated, no affection, irritated, some cry out of affection, etc., etc. All the Bhagavad Gita is talking about all those things. But I am going to tell a small story and then complete today. I think, anyway, next class we will be reading from the Vaishnava Siddhanta Mala. Today, I think this already taking care, right? We start, okay, we have some more time. We said 1 hour and 15 minutes. So, okay. There was this is a story. There was one grandpa. That grandpa got so much of affection to the grandchildren. So much affection means so much affection. It will not really leave the place. So as a ghost, he was, like remember the story I also told you about what happened here. So he was really just only going around in the different rooms of the house here and there, and finally, because of his intense affection to the grandchildren and children, he was given a body of a snake, so that the snake could live in the basement. So the snake, yes, but the ghost is same. The intelligent false ego and mind, everything is same. So he is always thinking about the children, the grandchildren, and all the things, because it used to be hearing the voices when they talk so the snake is in the basement. He is the grandpa before. And now the children are walking and talking, all the things. So, he used to enjoy. Oh, this is sweet, very sweet, sweet voice. It was living for a while. Then what happened was, Narada Muni wanted to put an end to this soul. He is out of his mercy. He appeared in the dream of the son of that snake, son of that grandpa, who is there as a snake. So he showed in the dream, hey, you know what? There is a snake living in your basement, in that place, very dangerous. You have to go and then take care of it. So next day morning, he said, wow, I saw a saintly person who really came and then told me that, there is a snake living in our home. Immediately he really took some big sticks and knife and everything. He went inside, down the basement, which normally nobody goes there. He was searching and searching. Yes, he saw the snake, and immediately what did he do? He took the big stick and then beat and cut and then killed the snake. And the snake was saying, "Oh son, go, don't kill me. Oh son, don't kill me, don't kill me." Who will hear that? This is the problem. So what is the point in having this kind of attachment? But spiritually advanced devotees take that as a detachment. So that is why I told you that story. But now the question is, before I conclude, do you need another birth? What to do to avoid? Look at if we are taking another birth. And getting a human birth is very rare. Manusha Janmam Madurlabam. Human birth is not guaranteed, no? Already he has given you the human birth. If you wasted it, he's not going to give you the human birth again. Why to waste another visa? That visa can be given to somebody else. Isn't it? Once in a chance, you get that. And then if you are misusing it, no more visa for you. All right, that's it. So look at the horrible situation inside the womb. Okay, what you are seeing is a 12-week, that how big you will be. Then you will be connected to a umbilical cord with the mom's mom. We don't know whether it's a cat or dog or not. We don't know whether it's a human birth. So these are the questions that we have to ask ourselves, not only ourselves. Gurudeva you can ask, isn't it? Gurudeva, oh Gurudeva, I have some questions, Gurudeva. Gurudeva, my Gurudeva, I want to know this, Gurudeva. Am I the body, Gurudeva? Am I the mind, oh Gurudeva? Who am I, oh my Gurudeva? What is this world, oh Gurudeva? Why should one die, my Gurudeva? Where do they go, oh Gurudeva? Why do they get old, Gurudeva? Why can't they live ever, Gurudeva? Where did I come from, Gurudeva? Where will I go, my Gurudeva? What should I do, oh Gurudeva? I want to know this, Gurudeva.